Okay, so The Justice of Bunny King stars Essie Davis as a woman. I believe this movie is set in New Zealand. Her daily job is what's that squeegee thing? She wipes people's windows when they're in the middle of traffic just to get
sit on the side of the road and clean their windows.
Yeah,
whether
that's
they
how she.
want them to or not.
Right, whether they want to, yes, and she tries to make some extra pocket money. Well, this pocket money is her way of living. Okay, she doesn't have a home over. She doesn't own a home or an apartment. She's living with her sister and brother-in-law and their daughter. The main challenge of the Justice of Bunny King is Bunny King is trying her best to regain custody of her two kids. One of them is a disabled daughter. She looks like she's maybe, I'm guessing maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 4 or 5. And she has the son who's the older brother. I think I'm guessing maybe 9 or 10. So she loves her kids. That's the pros of being Bunny King, and that's also the ultimate con of being Bunny King. When you love someone so much and you want to protect them, sometimes through a set of circumstances or through different people's eyes, your actions may be construed as harmful to the kids. You might find yourself behind the proverbial 8-ball in society, and that's where Bunny King finds herself within the fabric of this movie. It's really a movie about a mother who's trying to get her kids back, but maybe she goes a little bit too far at seeking justice for her and protection for her own kids, and it leads into let's say a Dog Day Afternoon. Dog Day Afternoon has been referenced a lot in these film reviews. There is a Dog Day Afternoon sequence that is in the movie as well. Movie has a lot of things going for it, especially we're talking about great performances. This is a powerhouse performance by Essie Davis. Really loved her in this movie. Thomasin McKenzie plays her niece. She is a supporting character as well in this movie, but the big showpiece is Essie Davis in this film. Eric Holmes, let's start off with you. The Justice of Bunny King. I really fell for this movie. Did it work for you?
Yes, by a lot. The main character, I like what they did with her because she's not, they don't
stereotype her. They don't put her in a box, or they
don't apologize
patronize
for her too much. She's definitely flawed. She's not, if I'm working for child services, she's not someone I would give their child back to. A lot of her actions are based on her emotion, and she can't seem to handle that. And she definitely has some mental problems. Not like the mental problems in the movie are done real subtly. But she definitely has some anger issues, and she definitely has some, just certain issues she needs to work out. She doesn't make the best decisions, and a lot of the decisions she makes are the ones that I think most people can look at before they do them and go, yeah, we're not going to do that. That's going to end very badly if we do that. On the other hand, she does love her kids. And so there's that. She's ultimately a good person other than her kind of shoot from the hip kind of reactions to a lot of things. She's ultimately a good person. And I like how this movie kind of shows her, because there's a part where she gets a certain wardrobe, and then all of a sudden you get to see how different people react to her based on her appearance. And I thought that was a really good kind of addition to this movie. This movie has a lot to say, and the further it went along, the more I loved it. I love her character. Her character is heavily flawed, but I just love how her character is written. I'm kind of with her most of the time. And I also think that the fact that I'm kind of with her makes a lot of this heartbreaking when she does fuck up. Because I'm like, I wish I was there. I wish I could hold and go, I know what you're about to do. Don't fucking do that. You're going to fuck everything up. On the other hand, some things she does absolutely right and gets fucked over for it. And so, this movie is like really complex in just a bunch of different ways. And yeah, this is good stuff.
Was this this was a totally tense watch for me. Did your tension ramp up throughout the movie when you saw all the predicaments, the domino effect of her actions?
This was actually kind of a movie I kind of saw where it was going. It was tense, but not like, oh no, I don't know what's going to happen. It's tense in that, in those kind of movies where like, I know exactly what's going to happen, and fuck, this is going to suck to watch this play out. It's certainly tense, but not tense in a avoid spoilers, because you're going to be blown away. You're going to watch this movie and you're going to know exactly how this plays out, because the way it's set up can only play out in one way. And so, it's just a matter of you have all the pieces, you have all the information. Now let's see how the chips fall.
Do you agree, Bruce, regarding you kind of really know how it's inevitable how the chips will play out regarding the Justice of Bunny King, and then your overall impressions of this movie?
I'm not sure if I really knew exactly how it was going to play out. I mean, I guess as far as the overall direction she was going, yes, but some of the events themselves I didn't necessarily see coming the way they did. Overall, I liked it. I didn't like it, I don't think, as much as both of you. If I had a problem, well, it's a couple of problems. First of all, Essie Davis, we all agree on that. Essie Davis is she goes in 110%, and for people who don't know, I think everyone knows she's in Babadook.
Yeah.
If you don't, she is. She plays a very different character in this, but equally as impressive. I want to see her in more stuff, and I don't think I have. The problem I had with this movie is that, so we watched not too long ago Breaking, and Breaking had stuff where you're like, this couldn't be real, and it was real. This movie felt more written to me. Like a lot of the stuff I watched in this movie, it felt like someone's version of what they think this stuff would be, but it didn't feel authentic to me. And I don't know if, I mean, I could be absolutely wrong. This could be based absolutely on a true story, but it didn't feel like it to me. I was almost the opposite. I did like it. I'm going to recommend it for sure, but I'm kind of the opposite of Eric. The more it went along, the less I liked it. It became to me more and more kind of a little bit cartoonish, just a little bit. It's just a really edge of the tone thing where parts of it just felt like, it's just a little bit, it's cranked up a little bit too much. I don't quite buy it. I don't quite believe it. There's a scene, I'm not going to say what it is, in the last act. There's an event that is occurring as they're in that last act. And I thought, this is just trying way too hard to be emotional, and what they're doing in that scene, in that place, while they're waiting in that place, I was like, oh, no, this is corny. This is going corny at this point, and I couldn't buy it. And there were certain things about that scene I didn't understand either. And we're going to talk about spoilers. There's something about that last scene. I'm like, why doesn't a person that's in that situation just do something?
Yeah.
I can't say what it is, but they didn't do something. So for me, it kind of felt less and less satisfied as it went. It was almost too heightened. I would have liked it to be more just a day in the life. I would have liked to have continued a day in the life with her and had the stakes. The stakes are high enough in her actual life without making the stakes cartoonishly high in the outside world too. So that's kind of my, I guess, my big knock on it. So it's what keeps it from being great.
Yeah, I went the other way with you. Like when the reality got heightened, I slopped it up.
I started laughing at it a little bit. That's not what you want to be doing.
Right. I was laughing. I was really into it. So look, the good news is, listeners, you have two different, I guess, takes. Eric, your take, when it got to that heightened reality, were you more checked in? So you were more checked into it a little bit? Do you slightly disagree with Bruce, or were you on the same even plane when it got to that plot point?
So I'm not exactly sure which part Bruce is talking about, but I can think of a couple parts that kind of,
let's just say decorations were involved.
Well, there's that, but I mean the part of when something happens, just say something. There's more than a few times that could have happened, and I think that's more her character just not being able to focus on.
That's not what I'm talking about, actually.
Okay.
I'm talking about a character that's in that situation with Bunny King could have just done something, but they didn't do it, and I wasn't sure why.
All right, so we'll just have to wait for spoilers on that. I will, at least what Bruce said, what I misconstrued then is some stuff that kind of bugged me when things happen. Say something.
Yeah.
And she didn't say something, but I saw that more as her character just being unfocused. I didn't see that as a hole in the writing. I saw that more as a decision on writing the character more than anything. Honestly, I've seen people do that stuff sometimes, and I've also seen a version of that where it doesn't work very well. Barbarian, sorry, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, bless you, or excuse you, Eric, on that.
Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat there. I totally see what Bruce is saying, and he's not wrong, but overall this movie just kind of worked for me. So whatever shortcomings it had, I just kind of let it go.
All right, my rating for this movie, this is a solid recommend for me. It opens in select theaters September 23rd, which is Friday, and it will hit on demand the following week on September 30th. I'm giving this a solid 4-star rating for The Justice of Bunny King. Your rating, Eric Holmes?
I'm probably the same, 4 stars.
Okay, 4 stars for Eric Holmes.
Yeah.
And Bruce Perky.
I'm only a half star less, 3.5. So I'm not that far behind you guys.
How dare you, Bruce?
So I didn't hate it. Don't worry.
No, that's a solid recommend. 3.5 is right at the baseline. It's like solid recommend so if it's on demand, all 3 of us will recommend it. So use one of our affiliate links and purchase it, and we get all that sweet cash. Eric Holmes, what do you think about that? You want people to purchase The Justice of Bunny King on demand?
They can finally stop cleaning windows.
Right, stop cleaning windows.
That'll be nice.
Oh my gosh, Essie Davis is fantastic in this movie. Especially, look, like Bruce said, if you like the Babadook, if Essie Davis has anywhere been in your... Yes.
And she was the mom in the Babadook?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah.
Eric's like, wait a second.
Well, because I saw the Babadook. I didn't love the Babadook. And I think I came at that late because everyone was like, oh, it's the greatest movie ever made. I came in going, that's fine. I didn't realize I was the same person. She's better in this, though. I like her a lot more in this one.